Today I want to talk about someone who I think is being not actually even slept on, but I think most people have actually forgotten that this man exists. The wide receiver of today is N'Keal Harry, wide receiver for the New England Patriots. Last year, N'Keal Harry, he did essentially nothing. 12 receptions, a couple touchdowns. He was banged up, didn't really get on the field. So a lot of people have just completely forgotten that N'Keal Harry exists. And it's hard to blame them. But we can't forget he was drafted the first wide receiver off the board, and this is a draft class with Terry McLaurin, A.J. Brown, DK Metcalf. The Patriots, they love the talent they saw. If you watch N'Keal Harry, his college film, extremely talented and physically gifted player. So what went wrong? He landed in a bad situation. A lot of fantasy pages, they weren't excited, including me, last year with the situation on the Patriots. The Patriots aren't great for fantasy purposes a lot of times. They utilize a bunch of different players. They don't really throw it deep. So he kind of went unmentioned. He didn't really have a memorable rookie season whatsoever. But that being said, I think N'Keal Harry could still be a very good wide receiver in fantasy this year. And the situation a lot of people are going to be scared of because, what do the Patriots have? They lost Tom Brady. They don't have the Gronkowski he's gone to. But they're forgetting that Tom Brady, as good as he was, wasn't good for fantasy football. Or he didn't make his wide receivers good for fantasy football, really. It was short yardage plays, a lot of slants. Julian Edelman was involved. Edelman, he's getting old. We're forgetting that N'Keal Harry has an open role to becoming the wide receiver one on a team. And Jarrett Stidham, we have no idea how good he is. I tend to think he's better than some people are expecting. Some people are saying he's the worst thing ever. I don't know, but I think he won't be horrible. I don't really see why he would just be a complete train wreck. But N'Keal Harry has an opportunity. He will have an opportunity to be the number one on that team. And you may say he did nothing last year. We can't say it could be a number one. But the Patriots, one of the most important things, they didn't draft a wide receiver this year. They didn't go out and draft Jalen Reagor or CeeDee Lamb. They didn't draft a wide receiver. Free agency came, they didn't touch a wide receiver. They have confidence in N'Keal Harry still. Even if he didn't have an incredible rookie season, they obviously still have confidence in him. And N'Keal Harry, where he's being drafted, 14th round, middle 14th round. Players going around him, Jonnu Smith on the Titans, tight end. Damian Harris, Boston Scott, TJ Hawkinson, Saints defense, Greg Zuerlein. There's no way for N'Keal Harry to bust this season at that draft position. It's not possible for him to be considered a bust. You're getting him so late that there's literally no reason to not draft him when you think of the range of outcomes. The range of outcomes is he does nothing and it didn't hurt your team drafting him in the 14th round, or Jarrett Stidham comes out, impresses, and N'Keal Harry is the number one wide receiver with an up-and-coming young quarterback. That is a possibility, but there's no way he busts because at that draft position, there is no risk. A bust implies they're bad, but were expected to be good. If he's bad, it's just he was expected to be bad and he was bad. But a lot of people, they've forgotten how talented Harry is because he didn't do anything in his rookie season. And if you can get him 14th round, there's no reason not to draft N'Keal Harry. The question isn't, will N'Keal Harry have an opportunity? I think it's pretty much a given that he will have an opportunity to set himself into the role of the wide receiver one on the Patriots. Who does he have to compete with? Julian Edelman, he's getting old fantasy-wise. I think he's in the twilight of his career. And there's also Mohamed Sanu. I'm not too worried about Sanu taking away a ton of receptions. So the role is there for N'Keal Harry to grab. The question is more, will the role be worth anything? Is the role of the wide receiver one on the Patriots worth anything this season? And we don't know. But it could be. That's the thing. I'm not saying no, it's not worth anything. It could be. We have no idea. But a lot of people are so scared of this situation because they don't know. They're so scared of this unknown that they're staying so far away from N'Keal Harry when, because of that, he's going in the 14th round, almost undrafted in some leagues. And he will be the wide receiver one. He will be the wide receiver one. So the only question becomes, is that worth anything? And in the 14th round, yes, of course. A wide receiver one in the 14th round who's as talented as N'Keal Harry? The team has confidence in N'Keal Harry. He's been putting in work this offseason, training with some of the best trainers in footwork. there's no reason to not draft N'Keal Harry. I'm not going to say this a ton this offseason because I want his ADP to stay super low, which is pretty selfish of me. But seriously, bookmark this post. Come back December, January, and see how this aged. Because I have a good feeling about N'Keal Harry. And at his draft position, 14th, 15th round, there is no reason to not draft N'Keal Harry. No reason at all.